Today we're going to talk about some brand names and how brand names have kind of weaseled their way into normal spoken English in the West.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
So the first word that people use was just originally a brand called Band-Aid. So this is what in Britain people call plasters. So when you get hurt, this is what you would put on your cut.
You want a Band-Aid?
So nowadays most people, especially in America, use the term Band-Aid instead of plaster. So the next one is to Google. So this one is more of an action than just an item. And this basically means to look up or to search something online. A lot of the times you'll hear people say Google it.
Google it.
Google it means like look it up or search it up if you ask them a question, because nowadays in our modern society you can get all the answers that you need on Google.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So the next one is Kleenex, which you may or may not have heard already in some TV shows or movies.
Kleenex? Husband should be like Kleenex.
Here, take my Kleenex.
So Kleenex basically is a brand that makes tissues. So whenever you are sick, or maybe you're crying, or maybe you have a nosebleed, this is technically what you would use. And nowadays people don't really say tissues. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they would use Kleenex. So can you pass me a Kleenex? Or I used up all my Kleenexes. So the next action is to Photoshop. So this one I think is pretty self-explanatory. So this literally means to edit something.
He took a picture of me and photoshopped on cactus hands.
Most of the time it would be pictures, but you could also do it for memes or any type of image. So the next one is Q-tip. So you may have heard this one as well. Because this brand doesn't really exist in Russia, it may be a little bit confusing. So Q-tip is a company that makes cotton swabs. So basically, those little sticks that you're technically not supposed to put into your ears when you clean them, but you still do because it feels really good. So yeah, those are called Q-tips most of the time. The next one has two different variations that people can use. They can either use Post-it or Post-it notes. Post-it notes just kind of makes it a bit more specific, but it's literally just means the same thing. And it essentially means like sticky notes. Instead of saying sticky notes, people like to say Post-it notes because that's the main company that distributes sticky notes.
Very clever.
So those are some of the brand names that are used now in everyday English. Hopefully this helps you in your English learning journey.